We send it inside the cage. Jazz Securo has our official introductions.
Here we go, Vancouver. Our next fight takes place in the World Series of Fighting Lightweight Division. And now, welcome to the Decagon, Sabah Fadai.
He is known as the Persian warrior, Sabah Fadai, Iranian-born, now residing here in Canada. Chilliwack, British Columbia to be exact, making his World Series of Fighting debut. Strong as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boss. All 7 wins coming by way of stoppage. And Sabah says, maybe an old saying, but he is certainly not going to let Nick Newell come into his house and push him around.
Don't come into my town.
My hometown. Vancouver's my hometown. I'm not going to stand there and let some guy come in my cage and try to take what's mine, you know. I'm going to take the fight to him, and I'm going to finish the fight.
He should try to keep this fight on his feet, short combinations, and move to the side. Now, if it goes to the ground, he needs to be on top. And when he's on his back, he wants Newell in his guard, trust me.
Sabah Fadai, just 28 years of age as he makes his debut here. The young man who now resides here in British Columbia. And as we talked about earlier with President Ray Sefo, Fadai and Newell, not a lot of love lost there. They're not going out for a cold one after this one, I don't think.
Yeah, but it's not, how do you pick a fight with Newell? I mean, Newell didn't start it, you know. I mean, I don't think so. So, yeah, that's just, I think this is, he comes to his town and tries to beat him, and I think he sees it personal.
Tense moments at the weigh-ins earlier here in Vancouver. So Fadai going through final preparations before he makes his way into the cage for the first time in his professional career here at the World Series of Fighting. You know, there's a lot of pressure on him. Honestly, Nick Newell comes in as the favorite, 10-0, and Fadai fighting in front of his home crowd. You don't want to be that guy that loses in front of the home crowd.
No, it's a lot of pressure. It can go both ways. You know, if you have a lot of stamina, it can work for you. But, you know, if you get really nervous, that stamina that you have is going to be cut down already by half with all the friends and family members here, and that's going to hurt you in that department. So we'll see if he can keep and stay cool, calm, and collected.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring out his opponent. Please welcome Nick Newell.
Notorious Nick Newell, just 27 years of age. Coming to us by way of Springfield, Mass via Milford, Connecticut. Last win, as you remember, boss, August 10th, submitted Keon Caldwell. And the first thing you always notice about Nick Newell is the big smile on his face. He's always happy about things, but he was born with congenital amputation, born with one fully developed arm, but that did not stop him against Keon Caldwell at World Series of Fighting 4.
Yeah, this was crazy, the way he takes him down. Look, he locked that leg up. And here we go. That's his go-to move, the guillotine, and he can make this very, very tight. And tight enough for his opponent to tap.
Well, Nick is very wary of Sabah's power. He understands what Sabah will try to do, but he says he is not going to let Sabah stop him from implementing his will inside the cage.
You know, Sabah, he's a tough guy. He has a bunch of finishes, knockouts, and submissions. And, you know, I think that he said before that he's not underestimating me, but then he said that I'm only a wrestler. So I feel that when we do fight and that cage door does close, he's going to be surprised at how well-rounded I actually am.
Well, Nick needs to get this fight on the ground and work his submission game, so throw slower punches, bait his opponent to countering those, and then shoot for a takedown. Or just bullrush him. Take the striking skills away from his opponent in the clinch, use knees, dirty boxing, and set up a takedown.
Nick Newell has racked up more than 300 high school and college wrestling wins, so Fadai is certainly aware of Newell's ability on the ground. Fadai has never been submitted. And 5 is the number that Fadai has had first-round wins. 11 is the average length of Newell's bouts. 3:11, that is. 3 minutes and 11 seconds. So, boss, the smart money is this one is not going past round 1.
Yes, I believe so, too. And especially because both guys don't like each other, they will come and bring it.
As we look at the tail of the tape for this lightweight bout in the World Series of Fighting here in Vancouver, British Columbia. Nick Newell, 27 years of age, 5'10". There you see his weight and reach. Sabah Fadai, 28 years of age. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at 155 very ready pounds. We now send it inside the cage. Jazz Securo has our official introductions.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 3 rounds in the World Series of Fighting lightweight division. And now, introducing, fighting out of the blue corner, his impressive records: 7 victories, 4 by knockout, 3 by submission, and 2 defeats. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at an even 155 pounds. He fights out of Chilliwack, British Columbia, Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Sabah Fadai. And now his opponent on my right, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, this fighter is undefeated with 10 victories, 2 knockouts, 7 by submission. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 155 3/4 pounds. He's fighting out of Milford, Connecticut. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Notorious Nick Newell. Your referee in charge in the Decagon is Mr. Jaron Valel.
On my cue, gentlemen. Fighter, fight.
Folks, I hope you took care of your business during the break because this one is going to go fast. Sabah Fadai in the white trunks, Nick Newell in the black trunks.
Against a good striker, I always say single kicks, watch out with that. Fadai is measuring the length of Newell's legs by jumping just outside his reach. Getting used to it.
Boy, Nick Newell seems so focused for this fight. See the lead up to it.
There you had the single kick, and it was almost counted already with the right. Oh, there we have a takedown from Newell. And he's resilient with this. Resilient. Can lock up that leg.
He's patient.
There we go. Fadai gets back up.
Look at this.
Yep.
Immediately goes to the choke.
There's that guillotine again. And it's really tight.
It's a bad place to be.
Oh, no, it's on. That's no way he
That is it. That is it.
Wow, he does it again.
Notorious Nick Newell ends this one in the first round. And I don't know who's more stunned, Sabah Fadai or the crowd here, because this started out like a chess match. And typical Nick Newell, he lures you in thinking, oh, he's going to try to punch. He's going to try to strike with me. And then as soon as you think you've got him measured, boss, you make one little mistake, he's on you.
That's it. You know, and every time, once he goes for a submission, he locks it in and he's got it. Never misses one.
Let's look at this one from the beginning. Nick Newell again in the black trunks, Sabah Fadai in the white. Here's the takedown. He gets the single. And he didn't rush it. He was very patient. And Fadai also thinking, okay, let's measure this thing up. Now, where does Fadai go wrong here in this bout?
At this moment against a guy like Newell, I almost would say, you know what? Yeah, now not anymore because now his foot is crossed his body. But get Newell in the gut. Jump guard. You know, don't stay there. There we go. It's on. And once it's locked in, it's just so powerful. You know, and I know people say, oh, yeah, but he can do that because he's got that arm. You know, but that's his only game that he has. For the rest, it's all disadvantages.
Nick Newell, congenital amputation and all, runs his record to a perfect 11-0 as he gets the best of Sabah Fadai. We'll have the official decision and we'll talk to notorious Nick Newell. The World Series of Fighting 7 rolls on from Vancouver, British Columbia. The World Series of Fighting 7 is brought to you by Boost Mobile. Be heard. By EON Therapeutics, organic and natural sports nutrition. And by Swole. Don't just train, get swole. Back inside the PD Agrodome here in Vancouver. We set it up inside the cage. Chaz Securo has our official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight ends with a tap out due to a guillotine choke at 1 minute and 21 seconds of the very first round. Your winner and still undefeated, notorious Nick Newell.
Let's take a look at our Boost Mobile highlights from this one. It only goes 1:20, and Nick Newell gets the submission. Once again, once you drop your head and put it anywhere near Nick Newell's midsection, he will lock on and it will not get let go. So Nick Newell runs his record to a perfect 11-0 as he gets the better of Sabah Fadai here in round number 1. As we set it inside the cage, Boss Rutan has our winner.
Wow, that's the only thing I can say right here, right? I mean, how does it feel to come here in his hometown? There was a lot of war of words going on between the two of you. Did that bring you any pressure?
No, he had words. I didn't have any words. I just wanted to fight. First off, I want to thank my teams, Fighting Arts Academy, Calandrelli BJJ, The Rack for strength and conditioning, and I want to thank all my sponsors, Top Secret Nutrition, Noble Iron, Quick Clot Gauze, all of them.
Is this something you go into the fight and you say, okay, today, like I used to, with me, I say, okay, I'm going to try 3 submissions or 4 knockout combinations. Was this one of them? You say, okay, I'm going to go for this?
No, we just work on things. We don't come up with like a huge, like if this happens and this happens, because you know the famous quote, everyone has a plan until they get hit in the face. So we just work on things and they become second nature, they become instinct, and then I go out there and I do them.
What do you want to do next? Who do you want to fight?
I think you know there's a vacant belt out there. We got 2 guys fighting for it, and I think everybody knows who's next.
All right, everybody, Nick Newell, give him a big hand.
So Nick Newell, 11-0, as he wins again in the World Series of Fighting, and once again he gets it done in epic fashion against Sabah Fadai. In the first round, Nick Newell applies the hold, and the submission comes at 121. The victory is his. When we return to Vancouver, British Columbia, we'll take you to the Fight Lounge. You're watching the World Series of Fighting 7 from Canada.